Wait! Have you forgotten to bring your laptop again? You've left your stuff in the lecture hall so many times. Why are you so clumsy?
Haha, it may make me more attractive. Have you ever heard of the Pratfall effect? When an intelligent and clever person, such as a superhero, acts in this clumsy way, it may make them become more likable and human, and therefore increase their interpersonal attractiveness. The premises of the Pratfall effect are present with high ability and clumsy behaviors that do not affect the others.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this before. The experiment conducted by Aronson, Willerman, and Floyd showed a significant difference between the superior ability group with Pratfall, who answered over 90% of questions correctly, and the average ability group with Pratfall, who only answered around 30% of questions correctly. The mean attraction scores of the superior ability group were much higher.
Yes, I became very curious when I saw the result of this experiment, since intuitively I expected people to give more positive comments to the perfect, ideal, and flawless person. So our group tried to investigate how the Pratfall effect influenced the attitude of people on viewing the high ability person with some flaws.
Oh, I see. Interesting. How do you conduct your experiment?
We conduct an independent measure study with one independent variable and one dependent variable. This means we had two groups of participants. Group 1, the clumsy group, were showing a video of a clumsy person, and Group 2, the normal group, were showing a video of a normal person. After watching the video, both groups were asked to rank the likability of the person in the video.
Oh, so that's how you did your study. How is the likability of the person in the video measured?
Good question. We used a pre-existing scale called the Rise in Likability Scale, which seems to have good convergent and divergent validity.
Wow, interesting. So what was the result of the study?
So, after excluding 50 participants who disagreed to participate in the research and 77 incomplete response, our total valid responses were 153. There were 71 participants in condition 1 in which they watched the video of a clumsy person, while 62 participants were in condition 2 in which they watched the video of a normal person. A normal difference of 4.4 was observed between condition 1 and 2. Condition 1 had a mean of 38.5, whereas condition 2 had a mean of 42.9, meaning that the participants preferred the normal character more, which is the opposite of our hypothesis. We then conduct an independent t-test to analyze our data. Our results were statistically significant, where with a p-value smaller than 0.05, this indicated that two conditions differed significantly. On top of that, we also did a further analysis using the non-parametric Mann-Whitney U-test to examine whether there is difference in each survey questions between two conditions. The test demonstrated that the p-values in questions 5, 6, 7, and 11 were smaller than 0.05, suggesting that the mean is different in these four questions between the two conditions.
Overall, it seems that people have greater liking for the normal person compared to the clumsy person. Why did this happen? Also, looking at the result of question 10, i.e. this person is similar to me, it seems that likability is somehow related to perceived similarity. Do you know why that is?
Yes, actually, we can explain this result using the concept of the psychology of affiliation, which is about how people build relationships with other people. This concept was raised by Stanley Schechter. He uses the social comparison theory to explain that anxious people wanted to be with other people facing similar threats.
The social comparison theory? What's that?
The social comparison theory is a theory developed by psychologist Leon Festinger in 1954, and is about the idea that individuals determine their own social and personal worth based on how they stack up against the others.
That means people would evaluate themselves by having comparisons to others as reference.
Sounds interesting, but how is this theory related to the result?
According to the social comparison theory, people will see others as a standard to evaluate themselves. They will expect to perform as well as other people who are similar to them, and will feel pleased when they perform similarly to others. Therefore, people are more willing to get along with people that have similar behavior to them.
So you mean that the participants like the normal person more than the clumsy person because the normal one is similar to them, which makes them feel more comfortable?
Exactly. The clumsy behavior will make the participant feel uncomfortable. Also, people are seeking approval from society, and doing similar social behavior would be one way to seek approval from society. People's relational value increase with the degree to which peoples perceive him or her as similar to them. People approved and are proved by the context of similarity they had in behavior. The sense of approval helps people distinguish who is appropriate for them to befriend or build up intimate relationships. When people face others who are having similar behavior with them, they are more likely to feel close and get along with them in fulfilling the need of approval.
Got it. So the participants in this study have greater liking for and are more willing to befriend the normal person because their behavior fits society's expectation in performing similar normal behavior. The participants who had similar behavior with the normal person were more likely to like him because they believed that they could gain approval from him more easily due to the similarity in behavior they have.
Yes, you're right. Furthermore, self-esteem can be used to explain why people have greater liking for people who are similar to them. Behavior and performance can be interpreted as a way to show your attitude and belief. When people know that there is someone who performs similarly with them, their own beliefs and attitudes are reinforced, which builds up a positive effect on their self-esteem. Getting along with people who are similar to them will build up their confidence. Also, the people who have high self-esteem would perceive people who have similar behavior as trustworthy, as they share the similar beliefs.
Thus, the participants who are having high self-esteem will think that the people who perform similarly with them are worthy to be friends as they share the same belief. This gives them a sense for them to build up confidence and distinguish who are in the same social group that share the same beliefs.
Interesting points. Additionally, there are known mediating variables to the Pratfall effect that we did not take into account. They include gender, similarity of attitude, and more. These mediating variables to the Pratfall effect could have caused the result we observed as well.
After listening to your explanation of the results, I wonder if there's any limitations in this study.
Actually, not creating a strong primacy effect is one of our limitations.
The primacy effect is a cognitive bias in which the items that come first will be remarked more clearly than the items that come later on.
The primacy effect likely plays a large and crucial role in causing the Pratfall effect. However, we did not put much effort into creating a strong primacy effect, nor did we do anything to ensure that it is dominant over the recency effect.
In our study, before the respondents watched the video, there is a short introduction describing the actor as a university student who is currently working as an intern in Google.
Rather than considering the actor's setting and background information of the actor, more respondents answer the questionnaire mainly based on the impressions of the actor's behavior in the video. The actor's background was short and unimportant, generating a weak primacy effect. Yet, the video was longer and more important, which generated a stronger recency effect. This caused the respondents to remember the context in the video more clearly, leading them to consider the video's contents more when they filling in the questionnaire.
In future studies, perhaps it would be better if we provide more information to suggest the actor is a capable and competent person in order to create a stronger primacy effect. Moreover, it may be a good idea to try and weaken the recency effect to ensure that the primacy effect is more prominent.
Oh, I see. I have one more question. Is convenience sampling also one of the limitations of this study?
Yes, of course. Although this method of data collection is convenience, representativeness of the sample is not guaranteed. It is because the researchers do not have any ideas of the true distribution of the populations or sample.
I see. Before we go, can you summarize what we said today?
Sure. In summary, although the Pratfall effect is a well-documented phenomenon, it does not always have a reliable effect. Overall, factors such as similarity seem to influence the likability of someone, which will interfere with the Pratfall effect. Variables such as self-esteem may also have an impact on the Pratfall effect. Finally, the primacy and recency effects seems crucial to generating a reliable Pratfall effect.
I've learned a lot about the Pratfall effect today. Thanks everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed the video.